Hey there, and welcome back to Expert Challenges, an educational monster train series where we get a divine victory on every expert challenge. So we're finally on to the DLC expert challenges. The way that this works is that the top 20, which finish with Blighted Existence, which we just did, are pre-DLC. They're the originals. The DLC then added 5 new ones. And these are, I would generally describe them as a little more balanced and interesting. They realized the mistake of just full YOLO expert challenge design and tried to make these ones a little more interesting. They have some major penalty and then they want you to overcome that penalty with some interesting other stuff. I think in general these ones tend to be the ones I enjoy the most, so that's great. Not all of them are crazy strong, some of them are just kind of unique, and I appreciate that. Well, we did just finish Blighted Existence. It's a great example of one that is straight up just purely negative. So many extra dead weights and calcified embers you have to overcome, and then things can't be discarded. We solved this probably with the best approach, in my opinion. You have Windleton, which is the idea being that you want to use Awoken, Exile Awoken specifically, in order to overcome the challenge of not being able to draw cards. You want to just draw faster through the good stuff. I do think that our choice to use Exile Stygian as well was very important because you get random discards that take those curses out of your hand. So, of those combos, I think you pretty much have to avoid Tethys and Soulguard. Sentient is pretty weak, and I would rather have Root Seeds, so I went with Windleton, and it ended up panning out. We had a Guardian Stone Infusion that we put into a Guard of the Unnamed, kind of a very low damage run but high defense, which is not something I normally go for, but works in the case of Windleton because he locks floors down, as long as you have Strangler, which we did. We ended up with a very important old magic, however, that was ended up putting a +10 into our friend Windleton, and we ultimately did get the Predator secondary play, so we had multi-strike, which made that work out. Pretty good stuff overall. We overstacked the floor with an Ascend as well, which is very cool. It was actually baked into the old magic, and then we used a holdover drain to try to buy turns into Relentless so that we wouldn't die. The Guardian Stone infusion in the Guard of the Unnamed was actually important in order to give Windleton the necessary health to live. Ended up panning out pretty importantly, so good stuff overall. Yeah, not much else to add. I think that's probably the best clan combo for it. You might be able to high roll some nonsense with the other clan combos, but I think Stygian is pretty much, I don't want to call it mandatory. It feels like it's the best choice by a lot, though. We're now moving on to Brains over Brawn. This is one of a two-piece series that they did. One was this one, which essentially neuters your champion and asks you to solve the run with spells. And then the other one neuters your spells and asks you to solve the run with your champion. So, fortunately, there are a lot of champions that are just ridiculously good at handling this. So, I mean, this one is particularly, you have your champion enters with sap 10, which is another great way of saying don't play an offensive champion, right? We don't want to rely on Windleton or something here because it's just going to suffer. And then you also get Heartless on your champion, which makes it so it cannot be healed. That is particularly annoying because I actually think this disables what I would normally consider to be the best clan combo here, which is just Spine Chief plus restores, right? I would normally do that, then you'd find Decayer and you just go all in on Decayer action and win that way. But unfortunately, you cannot heal, so that does cause some problems here. You can get around it in some ways. You can obviously look for like a resin removal. I don't think that's a very effective route. You pretty much have to re-roll to find it in your opener. I think the best way of going here is actually just playing champions that generally don't care about this stuff. So my approach will probably be Little Fade. Obviously, we would not pick Primordium here because all of those debuffs get carried over on Superfood, and that's terrible, and then it also is going to hurt our aggressive edible angle anyway. We can't pivot to Superfood, causes a lot of problems. So you're pretty much on Little Fade. Now, Little Fade, Firelight is the perfect example of the champion you want to hit here, but you're really looking for something that doesn't suffer if you miss your ideal path. Eternal Flame is going to not be ideal with SAP 10, right? Especially if you're replaying her frequently. She has to overcome a 20 damage deficit before she's actually doing anything, which is pretty brutal. So not ideal. You could potentially still, however, make Spike's Fade work if you absolutely had to. You can't heal her, which is annoying sometimes, but that really just disables the, the adaptive mutation angle, right? Where you just give her 5 billion health and then keep her alive on the floor. So you could still make use of Spike's Fade otherwise. You just reform her. Oh no, she can't get kills by attacking anymore, but she can still kill things with spikes. So I think Fade is the right choice. We will absolutely hope to hit the correct path here. Firelight is ideal, but if we don't, I don't think we are screwed. That's pretty much the option there. I mean, I do think we obviously pair it with Root Seeds, if I'm being honest with you. You could go the Restore angle, but just because I don't think Spike's Fade benefits from this here, there's no way I'm doing that, right? And if they give me Hollows, it's like, alright, whatever. Fade doesn't matter that much. I could genuinely see options here for, you could have a very normal run of like Awoken Hollow Self-Infused in front of Animus of Will or a Sweeper or something, and then Eternal Flame jumps around and does her best down on the lower floor. Certainly an option, but I don't know. I think Root Seeds is just generally going to be superior here, right? I don't see the need for playing the Restore angle. You could always play a Melting Run if you really want to. You have a lot of options here, so I think we're going to go with this and call it there. A classic, just good clan combo that will be advantageous to play. So, yeah, that's all I've got for you. I think that's the full intro on Brains over Brawn, so let's go ahead and get in. So as always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. These things are always awesome. Big fan. And let's get in on it. Brains over Brawn. Let's see what we get today. Just give me Firelight and make this easy on me, right? Don't make me make hard decisions. Ooh, Votavary. Votavary is really good with Firelight, in case anyone's keeping track. Battle Votavary plus Firelight Fade is one of my favorites. You just get, like, you know, multi-strike. And then the burnout, even if Votavary dies, it doesn't matter, because it comes back immediately with the Endless. But regardless, hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing okay. Kind of just a normal Saturday for me, doing some recording, trying to build up a little bit of a backlog. I am still behind on my backlog for anyone keeping track, but it certainly could be worse. At least it does exist right now. I have maybe half a week of videos prepped in advance, so that's kind of cool. And now we're trying to just keep that number up, so anyway, let's get in on it. As before, we are Exile Melting, Exile Awoken. Good clan combo, no problems here. We're facing Rage Talos. That's not Spell Shield, that is Curse Arcus, accurate, and Patient Seraph. Definitely, Patient Seraph makes me really want Firelight because that's ideal. It's also very bad for Spike's Fade. Keep that in mind. Starting cards are Hallowed Drippings, Restoration Detonation of Votavary. All very good for a Firelight angle here. Burnout Line is enabled thanks to Hallowed Drippings. Votavary is excellent. So, and then Restoration Detonation's okay. I didn't really mention some of the other effects on this particular expert challenge, so I'll talk about them here before we get too far ahead. Obviously, Armchair General, your champion enters with SAP 10 and Heartless. We did talk about this. The other two are supposedly positives, but in truth are kind of annoying in my opinion. Magic Hand, cards are not discarded at the end of your turn. This does mean that everything has permafrost, but it also does mean that you're holding on to those two deadweights pretty much for the entire run as soon as you draw them. You're going to be looking for Ember. You want to play all your cards. This is not as bad as Blighted Existence because your hand will not get filled with curses and then be unable to discard and draw. But it does essentially mean your max draw is probably going to be 8 realistically because those two deadweights exist. 2 for 1, the other one over here is each time you draft a card, gain a second copy. This is, in my opinion, it should be purple. I don't see how this is ever blue. Blue, purple, what do these not the colors mean? They essentially have like pure positives are like green, blues are a little bit less positive. They attempted to make some kind of color coding here for the mutators so you would have at a glance have an idea which ones are good or bad. They generally think anything that's blue they treat as like minorly good, essentially. So they think that 2 for 1 is great. You get free copies of stuff. I honestly think it's terrible because it just floods your deck with garbage. Most times you only want 1 copy of something. So I don't love this one, but it's fine. I think we overcome these no problem. So, all right. Temples today are 3, 5, 6, and 8. 4 temples, 1 at the end. I'm good with that. We have a dupe on 8 on the steel side. Nothing special, no removal dupe, whatever. We have a magic shop on 7 with Vortex and Cave. That's the definite winner here for sure. Competes with random Hellvent. We'll see what we need, but I'm pretty confident that magic shop is just way better. Let's see. Steel shop and trinket shop on 6. No removals, huh? That's true. Steel shop is probably going to be good. I mean, it depends on how upgraded we are, right? The trinket shop does have money, which is nice. So maybe that's great, but we'll see. That one's kind of a weak floor, but it really depends on what we're looking for at the moment. I could see arguments for both. 5 has a really good steel shop, Vortex and Cave. Competes with an okay magic shop that at least has Horde and money. If you do take the money on the magic side on 5, you might go to the magic trinket shop on 6 to capitalize on it. So you've got some options. Removal dupe, health on 4. Magic shop and Awoken banner also competing. Early game banner situation. Magic Shop has an Awoken banner. Good, great. Magic Shops are very good. Remember, we want to play all of our cards, otherwise we don't discard them. So things like random +1s cost root seeds in your hand is actually a bad thing. The Awoken banner is also superior for Firelight if we end up on that angle, in my opinion anyway. Things like Sweepers or Animus of Will are excellent, so that's great. There's a Remnant banner on the steel side. Another steel shop on 3 with another Remnant banner. Very cool. We do have no steel shops on 4. There was another one, right? And 7. It's not bad. They're spread out pretty well. You don't mind that too much. Cool. Great news. All right. So in this case, I'm going to see which fade I end up with first. Firelight. Excellent. We're going to go in on the obvious choice. Firelight is a great hit here. It's best with all of the stuff we have. Eternal Flame starts behind thanks to the Armchair General, so we don't want to go in on that, but we would have. It would have been fine if we had to. Petrified Crucible in my opener, although it is just advanced prototype Firelight, right? I mean, snap click. Petrified Crucible would have been sick if I had seen Spike's Fate here. That opener is nonsense. And I mean, because of this, we have multi-striking Train Stewards. Just slam the Horde, it's fine. Oh my god, Votive Key in my opener? Look, Split Anvil, Channel Heart, they're also here, but Votive Key, Firelight, I don't even need primitive molds anymore. I think this run is actually a slam dunk, if I'm being real with you. We are so far ahead, and it's Ring 1. Actually outrageous. So, we just basically give Fade... You just give Fade the, what's it called? The Votive Key literally every turn. We're going to use this to power up our Votivary, just to draw stuff. Very cool. How can I get around this? Can I ever get the Collector? I get quad hits on the double Train Stewards here, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Bummer. Okay. We could play top into double Train Stewards and then sack Votivary on a lower floor. It's honestly the safest choice here, I think. You just Firelight into double Train Stewards, you Votivary middle, and then we Root Seeds up top, and that's a pretty clean turn. You could also maybe play the Train Stewards middle and try to clear these out, do some reforms, something like that. I think we just play mega safe. The one nice thing about this, in my opinion, that is worth keeping in mind is that the Hallow Drippings have Permafrost, which immediately makes them hyper valuable to us, right? They're just so nuts. And on any turn when we don't have Fade dead, we can just airdrop in Votivary and chill, right? It's fine. It's true. I am going to play the Train Steward downstairs just to get him out. You can already see our hand is essentially kind of flooded right now, so not ideal. Like, we're literally drawing nothing here. Trains. Little Fade up top, dies, excellent work. Train Steward clears out a whole bunch downstairs. I do think it is worth it to Restoration Detonation up top to save a little bit of health here. Very cool. And we'll just drop in the other Train Steward downstairs, which does almost kills the boss. Incredible news. Amazing. Thanks, Votivary. Very cool. Alright, and then you just go Fade upstairs, all is well. We go Votafairy here. I'm gonna Primitive Mold. I mean, you just bring back the guy, and then you Howler Drippings here, and you win, right? I don't know why I thought so hard about this. It's over. Easy mode. Cool. This is gonna be a straightforward run, in my opinion. Draft. What a good infusion for Train Steward. It's also a very good infusion for Votafairy on this particular run. Amazing. Crushing Demise, also pretty good here. Huh. Who'da thunk? Alright, I mean, I think Draft pretty much has to be the pick, though, right? I think it's gotta be the Draft. Steel Enhancer, it's good because it's free, I'll grant it that. The Wildwood Sap I don't think is the play. Sharpen, absolutely not. I'll take Steel Enhancer here. I think this is a good card to have in our deck. A couple copies of those is no big deal. I already have infusions. I mean, I'm just going to go to the magic shop, right? Make some things cheaper, I suppose. Awoken banner, I guess, also exists potentially. Sure, double stack, why not? Steel Singer. I mean... No, absolutely not. Steel Singer is big. I mean, you could maybe have done this if I had gone Restores or if I had taken the Wildwood Sap or something. We already have a winning line without this, though, so let's just sell them. That's fine. I am going to take the Horde. We're super strong. Light's Gift. What about sketches? You ever just sketch out every single Train Steward here? I think that's crazy. We would never be able to fit poor Votafairy or Little Fade on the floor. Cursed Vines is awesome. That's true. Cursed Vines is nuts. I do think it's going to be Cursed Vines. This is pings, right? I know what you're thinking. Light's Gift, right? It's great. You just play top floor. But the thing is that I can reform my goons if they die, and I can put Votafairy in the floor. My endgame floor is essentially going to be 2 Train Stewards infused with drafts behind a pumped-up Votafairy, hopefully with, what, like a plus 25 Burnout 1 or something, to tank and then die, or to tank and then gain stats from Little Fade, and then Little Fade face tanks. Yeah, I think that's the best. Most of the other... I mean, if I take Light's Gift, I'm going to be playing on not top floor for most of the run. I think it's just Cursed Vines. It's a really good ping. Gives me a lot of reorganization. I could use it to blast my own Fade if I wanted, which is really cool. And then I could Votafairy, or rather Votive Key, a Burnout 1 Fade, which is kind of neat. I think it's got to be Curse Vines here. That's cool. We're happy with that. -1s, these are easy. They go into Root Seeds. I'm going to re-roll because the -1 is valuable enough to me. Even if they showed me a holdover, I don't think I would take it here. I don't need anything like that. -1s are excellent. They allow me to actually play my cards. The Train Stewards are going to hard carry the early game. Do I want a unit draft? What would they show me that I would take here? Even Paraffin Enforcer gets in my way right now. Remember, again, unit draft is a bad thing because I have to take 2 copies of them, right? So that's not great. Whenever you draft a card, you gain a second copy. We don't want to do that. So, like, draft was obviously great. This is just 10 gold, essentially. Which is not bad, right? I mean, I may as well take the 10 gold. I feel strong enough to grab this, so whatever. It's fine. You just fade downstairs and we blow up middle and we... It doesn't actually work. I mean, the guy dies, but it's not that big of a deal anyway. Alright, we can go Primitive Mold here for sure. We go Fade middle. Draft comes in, does great work. I mean, this draft is doing heavy lifting here. I'm going to take the Collector thanks to Vine Grasp. Good job. I guess we sit on this, right? Sure, why not? Okay, I mean, I'll play the Fade out here. It does some good work. The draft just straight up kills a man, so that's cool. We'll play Votafairy as well. Get a shot. Very cool. I'm going to play double Stewards downstairs. I'll buff one of them, I think. Seems okay. How are we looking downstairs? What if I play Little Fade on that floor? How does that look? Problem is, this is not going to be good because they'll burn out in 2. I don't love that, in fact. I think the right play is Fade up top. Yeah, watch this pivot. Then we go Train Steward upstairs. And now I can put the Hallow Drippings in them, no problem. We go Votivary downstairs, puts in a good chunk. I'll heal the guy on middle. Fine. Cool. This is good. This will obviously win, I think. Which is an important distinction from our previous position that I do not think obviously wins. Little Faye just goes upstairs. It's okay. Sure. It looks bad until you just airdrop the Hallow Drippings upstairs and we're cruising, right? Boop. All good. And then Votivary chills middle. Does a lot of work here. Oh, actually, we just straight up win. Never mind. Sometimes I overthink this, right? The draft obviously just wins this combat, so all good. Cool. I mean, it was 10 free gold, right? Whatever. Purifying Cleanse, not bad, in fact. Dripfall is actually pretty good in a patient if we don't see anything else. We could stay under 130, and then that means that we don't get trampled, and we just face tank with Firelight and let the damage shield on Train Steward carry. I don't think the Dripfall is critical. And if a unit dies, I just reform it, no big deal. Purifying Cleanse is pretty decent, but I have the Restoration Detonations, and I also do have 10 Burnout extension as is. I think we just chill on this, right? Sell them thing. It's good. Razor Sharp Edge. Do I need the Vine Grasp? I don't need the Vine Grasp. I can take Magic Power and the Restoration Detonations if I have to. So I'm not going to take the Vine Grasp then. The question then becomes, do I need the Razor Sharp? That is a damage scaler that I do appreciate. Sure. We probably don't need to draft anything else. Yeah, I mean, it's like Thorn Hollow, Wickless Tycoon, Enforcer. Enforcer would be the pick here if I didn't already have Train Stewards. Being able to use the Train Stewards is a big win. They're way stronger than you think. I'll just skip this. It's fine. Okay, now I do want to look at a steel shop here, I'm pretty sure. Get some upgrades, get an infusion, kind of make things happen. We can at least afford the reroll, which is good. Oh, Endless Burnout 1. Too bad I don't have a tomb. The Burnout 1 goes into our friend Votivary 10 times out of 10, so there's that. That's just happening. This is really good because now I can just play Votivary on a random floor. If I see a multi-strike, it's going into one of these Train Stewards, but you could also make Battle Votivary, which is one of my favorite plays. Now that said, we're actually good because you sell the Remnant Banner, which lets me buy 25, and then, yeah, we're chilling. In fact, cool. 180 lets me reroll into a max cost multi-strike. We don't see it anyway. Not a big deal. I think this is as simple as a plus 25 and a Train Steward, and then if we see a future multi-strike, we'll take it on that thing. We'll look on ring 5 prior to the dupe on 7. I think a plus 25 is correct here, yes. And I will do an infusion here. I think that is accurate. We're going to make this Train Steward stronger. A little bummer not seeing anything else here, but that's okay. Cavern says, glowing brands. This is not great. What's the pick? Hellhorned, Stygian, Umbra. Stygian's probably the best. You can get a good spell here. Random Siren Song would be cool. Umbra gives you basically just Trample Stone. There's maybe a couple other useful things, but nothing that really stands out. Hellhorn does not answer anything that I have in my challenge list for this run. Yeah, I mean, you get random rage, but then I have no other rage complements, so it just goes away. I'm just going to take Stygian, and we'll see what we hit. Cool, we actually do hit the Siren Song here, and I will click that. Will I? Do I want 2 copies of it? Ice Empire might be better. Do you want 2 copies of Ice Empire? We could also just go 2 copies in of Spike of the Stygian, which is pretty good, if I'm being real with you. That's actually pretty great when you think about it. Just 4 sap. That does a lot to stop things. I'm actually going to grab the spikes here. That's better than I was expecting. Also opens up a later first Hell Pact pickup. Intrinsic, the plus 30. I mean, I don't think I take any of these, right? I don't need the turn 1 spike. We're going to have Train Stewards helping out. We move on. Yeah, it's fine. 55 shards. It's higher than you'd like, but we're actually really, really powerful here, so it's okay. See, Can I actually keep this Train Steward alive? No, the Train Steward dies if I play it here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go Fade upstairs, Train Steward, we buff Train Steward, and then I'm going to shoot Fade. And then we chill. Cool. Seems good. Thank you, Cursed Vines. Airdrop in Fade. We're chilling. Guess I'll ping a man middle, and then I'm probably just going to play Big Sap and Frostbite into Talos here. Seems good to me. Cool. Alright, little Fade. Drops in. Looking good. We're going to play Tankier Steward up front. Looking good there. Give him the buffs on this particular turn. I'm going to ping out an enemy. I'm drawing 7. I'm actually going to just get rid of a Restoration Detonation here. It's fine. We're now at the point where I'm not really getting the Cursed Vines anymore, unfortunately, but that is okay. It's tough, right? It's tough, but we're still strong enough, so I'm not mad about any of this. We're drawing a lot of cards. I need to... Not really sure what else to say here other than I think I need to just do a lot of damage. Maybe make some of these primitive molds go away. When you have all of them permafrosted, you don't really need that many, right? Little Fade upstairs, absolutely. Play the Razor Sharp, it's good. Play the Root Seeds, I suppose. I will primitive mold back. Sure, Mr. Train Steward on middle floor, why not? I might as well Hallow Drippings upstairs. There's no reason not to, in my opinion. Just get it out of my draw here. It's true. Little Fade drops in. You get Votivary. I'm going to reform. Sure, the Draft, I'm sure, is doing great. We'll bring back the other pal. Cool. Does like 100 damage there. That's pretty nice. I'll take it. I'm just going to play a primitive mold to get it out of my hand. Yeah, I do need to make all the Root Seeds free from this position, but I think we have an easy victory here. Yeah, we do. It's simple, in fact. Cool. It's a lot of damage we do very fast. This is going to look really good. Now, we could, of course, take space right now, which is a pretty solid pick. Devourer of Death. Devourer of Death is an exceptional infusion into Votivary, and I think I'm willing to take 2 copies of this thing just for that. Sure, you know what? It's fine. I don't like it, but it's fine. Skip these other units, no problem. None of them are worth discussing. Space is nice because then I could put Votivary on the floor, but I think being real with you, Ember's probably more important here. We have Curse Arcus coming up. I have a big challenge of playing all my cards. I'm going to take -1s, right? But I don't think I'm going to take them right away. It's probably accurate, right? Well, what do I want this Hellvent for right now? If I'm not going to go to the -1s, what do I want the Hellvent for? Pretty much nothing. So I think, in fact, we actually are going to the Magic Shop here. Every -1 essentially negates the need for an Ember play by a little bit. It still will be useful, though, keep in mind. I think, anyway. But you get 2 -1s into the Razor Sharps here, and we're going to feel okay. We're going to infuse the Devourer into the Votivary on ring 5 and feel good about that. Space will always happen. The problem is, draw doesn't help us much if we're not able to play out the cards in our hand. I think we do take the Ember anyway. It'll help. It'll be worthwhile no matter what. It makes spikes a little stronger. Removals are a little less important when your Train Stewards are pretty decent, but I do have garbage to clear out. The thing is that the dupe is not really the play here. I'm going to go to this Magic Shop. I've changed my mind on... I've waffled on this enough. Awoken Banner, sell it all. Animus of Will, Awoken Hollow, whatever. Don't care. 20 consume. Could burn one of these. It's worth thinking about. -1s. I'm going to put these into Razor Sharps because I think these cards are pretty much always plays. I could burn a Restoration Detonation, sure. I'll spin this. Remove consume. I don't think so. I'm going to -1 the other Razor Sharp, and I think we chill here. Although I may actually cut one of these Devourers here. What's coming up? Oh, it's a Steel Shop. We're going to go to the Steel Shop too, aren't we? We are. Yeah, so save your money. I guess I could take the cash here to make up for it. I should really do that anyway. I might miss the Collector. This might not be a money trial. Yeah, I think I will do that. And because I take that money, I will be able to cut one of these Devourers. I only need one of these guys. It is important to keep that in mind. We're going to Firelight 2. Absolutely. We have Votive Key. I don't need Eternal Flame. We move on. Okay. Little Fade, run. Ancient Hate does not frighten me. Yeah, if I lose, it's not going to be because I have Spell Shield on the enemies. It's just affect, like, Restoration Detonation, so whatever. We're going to pull... I guess it affects the Vine Grasp, huh? There's that, too. It's true. I think the angle is Fade upstairs, and then I shoot it. I don't want to really redraw her, though, huh? Interesting. Take the Ember Drain here and be okay with it, I suppose. That'll be fine. I do want her to get the Endless. We're going to vote a very middle, which is okay. I guess I'll buff Votivary. Sure. Pull some of these scarier enemies forward. Alright. Woo, okay, we get a Train Steward at least. That is good. I'm going to play that Train Steward up top. That's important. I need something in here. Great work. Cool. He also has Endless now for one reason or another. Neat. I can buff. Sure. Seems okay. I could take this 1 damage to Pyre. Or if I pull forward, we're going to... I don't really have strong opinions about this, huh? You could, for instance... It doesn't matter. 1 damage is not going to end me. I think I would rather the cleaner turn. We're just going to Vine Grasp for money here, which I really like. Now, I could have also gotten that with Votivary. It's true. You're right. I could also still get this kill on the back with the Spike of the Stygian, as a matter of fact, but that's okay. I'm going to just hold the Restoration Detonation. I'm going to play the Devourer middle to get it out of my hand. And then I will Spike in the back upstairs, which, I mean, that actually does just stop this 1 bit damage, and we're going to chill on that, I think. Fine. Yeah, no big deal. I'm good with that. That's a good turn. This is the downside. You could just bottom deck all your Train Stewards. It's a bit bummer when that happens. I think we're just going to straight up airdrop in a draft here, because I think it is mission critical to have something on this floor, right? True, in fact. I think it's worth it to do that extra damage. I could put in Votivary here. It's an option. I think I just sacked the Votivary downstairs and we chill on this. I'm going to play out one of the Restoration Detonations. We eat some dirt here, and that's just going to have to be okay. I don't think it's that bad. Finally, we get our other pal up here, and we're just going to have to deal with the way this floor looks, I suppose. Taking 1 damage on this one? Sure. You could put the Votivary in here. Put her in, champ. She's not bad, is the thing. I could stop this 1 damage. I guess I do value that a little bit now, right? That's certainly true. Put her in the back. The thing is she's not as good and relentless in the back. She's better in the middle. We'll just put her in. I think this is fine. Doesn't change anything about this, but that's okay. And then play out a couple primitive molds. I don't need that many. We'll take this 1. We at least kill the big scary guy. I'll take that. There you go. Little Fade. Absolutely. Let's put some damage numbers in the back. It's good. We're going to play the Hallow Drippings just to get it out of there. Here's second Train Steward downstairs. We play out some curses. Our goal is to draw cards, I believe. Yes. Well, it could be worse. Playing the draft like that, definitely think it was correct to do it. Now, I could just easily play the little fade downstairs and do some chicanery, I think, and that would be okay. I think we're just going to comfortably handle this upstairs, though. We go razor sharp, airdrop in, fade, and then just shoot her. And then we will simply play Spike of the Stygian downstairs, which adds a bunch of damage. I will play Hallow Drippings up top for the more burnout, and we're fine. This is going to be some curse nonsense. I don't love getting these curses drawn, but it's okay. We obviously win this combat anyway. Good job. You know, it's a lot of damage to take. That's not great, right? 65 shards walking into this, it's a bit tricky. Not ideal. Sacred Wicks, Memento Mori, Mortal Entrapment. Mortal Entrapment, tempting. The Daze is tempting. I think we just skip this, though. We have the damage shield, we chill. Ensnare is almost certainly the play, although I love the Awoken's Rail Spike energy, too. Draw me faster through my deck. I think Ensnare is the better pick, though. Two of these I never mind having, so fine. Okay, and we go left. Yes, I need the removals and everything. Good. Give me a multi-strike, I suppose. Would be ideal. Quick. Quick is not what I want here. We skip that. Cool, we don't see it. Where are my dupes? Where are my other things? I could see another steel shop coming up. That's an option. I'm going to do the Votivary Infusion business now with the Devourer. This is expensive in terms of shards, but it is going to be correct to do it. We're not going to take any of this other stuff, I don't think. Removals here are... well, it's tough to say. I think it's actually some primitive molds, if I'm being honest with you. That second draft is looking a little spicier than I would like. He's not bad. Having some unit density is pretty good here. I think it is primitive mold 1 out. I like having some heals. I don't think it's going to matter for pack shards. We're already almost there. I don't want to remove a train steward yet. I'm just going to cut a restoration detonation, I suppose. It's not a bad card to have, though, is the thing. With all of them having permafrost, I think the primitive molds, I only need 3 of them, so I'm okay with that removal. The question you have to ask yourself is am I going to win if I just play 3-hit Train Steward twice? It's 6 hits on the floor. I have future opportunities for this. Steel Shop. I don't really need to go hunting. Sure. It's fine. Wormkin Etchings, Remnant Pact, or Wildwood Tome. Now, these are unique in that they are not drafts, so I do only get 1 copy of them. The Endless would be great if I didn't already have Endless on deck with Votive Key. I think we just don't take these. I don't want Quick. In fact, it's usually bad. Yeah, I'm just going to peace out. Sorry, Mr. Mustache Horn Friend Buddy Boy. I think we just chill here. 90 shards is already pretty high. I could buy a removal. It's not a bad idea, and toss in a removal here. This draft is pretty good. I'm just debating if I'm ever going to actually use this or not. I think I would rather cut it and then dupe the good Train Steward at some point, hopefully with upgrades. So I think I'm going to drop the draft, actually, and chill. Our goal is to move at least quick enough. We're fine. Let's move on. 90 shards into here is not too high. Arc of Invasion should be fine. I'm not mad about that. Money is good. Sure, cool. Alright. Great. Votivary, where are you, friend? Alright, we can play Fade upstairs. Cool. I'm gonna ping an enemy. I'm gonna razor sharp an enemy. And then I go root seeds just to draw. And I sadly have to take 6 here. Okay. Alright, we're fine. Look, it's easy. Fade drops in. We get a train steward. Great work. You airdrop in... I guess I could play the Devourer first, huh? Interesting. How do I want to approach this? You could Devour middle, clear essentially the whole wave. And then up top you clear this with a Vine Grasp Razor Sharp. Cool, that seems fine. I like that. Incoming Votivary middle, good. We ping one enemy, cool. I'm gonna ensnare the tank on bottom so he's gone. We stop some of this damage up top with a Razor Sharp offensively, and we sit on the rest of this. Sure, seems good to me. Cool, 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 cool. Good. All right, little fade upstairs. Still worth it. Yes. She is not going to die, is the thing. That's okay, I think, right? I could Devour middle. It's probably correct. We do that for sure. All right. I think we just play the other Train Steward here and deal with it, right? I could Hallow Drippings here. I don't want to. That's the important thing. I could just let that guy die, right? And then play a Train Steward middle. Sure, I'm okay with this, actually. Fine. We're gonna play a Primitive Mold here, just so I draw more cards. Okay. Yeah, this is the challenge, right? Is, hey, wait, how do I do the thing? We have one Primitive Mold left. I did this intentionally. It brings back the Train Steward. He basically kills a man. It's good to do it. I can actually just lock this guy down, which is also very cool. Great work. Middle floor is essentially fully cleared here. And I think we chill on this. Draw 7, but not really. It's fine. Draw 7, but not really is pretty much the theme of everything. Play a little fade first, of course. We get Big Stew down, and this floor now begins popping off. Devour murders middle. Great work. Now upstairs, because they both have burnout, we double Hallow Drippings, and this floor is loaded. Our goal is to hold onto the spikes for the boss, which should not be too difficult, I don't think. Seems reasonable. And then you just drain this boss down as low as you can, I think, right? That's fair. Yeah, sure. Hit that man with some Frostbite, I think. Seems good to me. We're set upstairs, so we're going to be okay. I think we do what? Fade middle, and then... Sure. Then Votivary, and then we... Root Seeds up top. We'll toss another 15 Frostbite at this man. Seems okay to me. We should easily win this from here. Yeah, great work. Great work indeed. Cool. Alright, he's got like a ton of Frostbite that's helping out. And we take 6, I think, for the trial. Well traded, in my opinion. And we chill. Resin removal is good, right? It's permafrosted. That's a good card. I think we should take that card. It's bad to skip it. Skip these other things. I don't need more ensnares. It's okay. Although 4 ensnares is pretty hilarious. We're going to go to the right and just kind of hunt for some multi-strikes, I think. Lost Luggage is both funny and good and bad. It's good because it means I'm more likely to actually hit one of my Train Stewards faster. I think we should take it. Vapor Funnel's good here too. I don't love the Lost Luggage, but I do think it's correct. Quick. What if I just put another plus 25 in a Train Steward? I think I should do that. Just in case, right? Just in case? Sure. Ah, great, endless. I mean, at this point, I might as well give up the ghost, right? I guess there's one chance. I'm not doing the dupe on 7, I'm doing it on 8, and it is on the steel side, so I guess I can hold out, right? It's just kind of a bummer. Tendon piercing. This has not been that particularly useful. I could do rando infusion. I don't think it's worth it. I'm just going to buy removals at this point, right? I think so. Do I really need 2 resin removals? The answer is no. I just want the one. So the tax of taking one is that I have to buy a removal on the other. I'm going to cut 1 train steward here at this point, I think. Yeah, sure. Alright, it's a bit of a bummer, but it's fine. I'm going to go Magic Shop with removals into Steel Shop with dupe here, and we just chill. We should blast Arcus without too much issue, I think. I don't know if it's space or not. This is a really good turn 1. Do you want to just... I would play bottom floor, but Rally Shard is a bummer. That is a bummer. That's true. We're going to go Fade, I suppose, upstairs. Do we just eat these curses? Ugh, that Rally Shard really messing me up. I guess so. We'll play top. Sure. I should have played it in a different order. Should I have? No, I think this is fine. I can reform this guy, and that's okay. Yeah, that's alright. Alright, Votivary, do your job. Blow up bottom floor, please. Thank you. Very cool. Let's reform the lad. That seems good. We're gonna play him. I contemplated not playing him. But we're gonna play him, even though the Ember Drain is annoying, so I can get the Razor Sharp in on him, and that's good. I'm gonna continue to ensnare downstairs, that's fine, sure. We should be okay here, right? Top floor is set up. Great. Votivary can blow up downstairs. Razor Sharp. I mean, at this point, we just toss the spike at the boss, right? Or toss a spike at the boss, I think is the angle. Yeah, it's not glamorous, but it'll do. Thanks, Votivary. Extremely cool. We go. Fade upstairs. Oh, we have a guy burning out. That's not that problematic, I don't think, but it is a little bit annoying. We can at least do double burnouts upstairs. That's okay. Play a primitive mold. I think I'm actually just going to play most of these cards, and I guess I'll play a restoration detonation, sit on a primitive mold here. That's fine. Unfortunately, all of the absolvers are getting upgraded, which has the inevitable downside of they take 2 hits from Votivary to die, so it's not as worth it. Just play it downstairs then. I definitely am resin removaling on the boss. I want to get rid of that stealth for sure. We're gonna Weight of Contrition. Upstairs gets played out. I have a ping, which I'm gonna use to pull the Absolver forward, and then I will simply play a Root Seeds and chill. Yes, looking okay to me. The main reason I do this is because I want the sap hitting into Fade. Yes. We're looking okay, right? It's not glamorous or beautiful in any capacity, but it's okay. I'll take the 22 Frostbite here. The sap is not doing much against Arcus. We should be okay otherwise. Yes. Fade drops in, looking good. Votivary blows something up, also looking good. We have 2 reserved damage shields in the back here, which is great news. I might as well play out other Train Steward middle floor, I suppose. It's fine. I might as well play some of this stuff. Haha! Resin removal. Got him! Doesn't really matter, though. Doesn't change anything, right? It is just funny. It is all it means. Okay. We buff upstairs. Nothing surprising here. All good. We're looking for stats, essentially. Votavary can do something. I'm just going to play out some cards, I suppose. It's okay, right? This guarantees me a curse, or rather not a curse, but something. I thought it was... Oh, Votavary gave me the extra card. I was like, where did that come from? What the heck? But that's okay. We're chilling, I think. I do a lot of damage, as it turns out, and we have all the tools we need to win. So this top floor is gonna just kind of blow stuff up, right? There you go. Incredible work. Resin removal. Amazing. Alright, we get through it. It's enough damage to win. It actually feels a little slow, if I'm being honest with you, but it's okay. Awoken's Rail Spike is one of the few cards I do not think is bad to add to this run, so we'll take it. Sure. What do I actually want to do here? Space does not help me much. Yeah, it doesn't really help me much. It just lets me put the Votavary on the floor, which is not great. I could have used it for the draft, but the draft is not worth it. Could have used it to play middle, but I don't think that's worth it either. I could go double Ember, which is actually reasonable thanks to the 4 spikes I have in this run. Draw is okay, but you see the challenge. I'm essentially never able to draw without overdrawing right now. I think it's going to be Ember. Double Ember play. Sure. Okay. We're going to the magic shop here every time. Yes. Merchant of Magic. Just give me -1s, please. I want to be able to play every single root seeds without permafrost. That's funny. Without bogging myself down. My removals are... Really want it to be a train steward and a restoration detonation. I think so. Yes. Give me final Firelight Fade scaling. It's good. Yes. +20. Caverns today says I could sack Pyre Health for money. It's probably worth it. Sure, I'll do it. I don't need this right away, but it will help me. If I re-roll, what do I do with a holdover? Anything? Holdover Razor Sharp's not bad. I guess I would take it. They show it to me. I at least want the -1, so I'm not mad about it, but it's fine. Double stack is not it, I don't think. You could double stack an Ensnare to really lock somebody down into next week. That's true. It's actually kind of funny on mini-bosses. They just sort of go away. You know what? I will do that. Sure. Alright, it's fine. If I take this money, I go 100. I then go dupe, I go 115. Right? It's true. 115 is doable. The money might be worth it, though, is what I'm essentially thinking about. What if this is a 400 golder I can't afford? That would be bad. I think we take this and we go to 100 here and we move on. Yeah. I'm looking for cash so I can maybe fish for a Waxer Snuffer or something. Arc of Invasion. This is doable. Maybe doable. It might hurt. I want this money bad enough that I think I'm going to risk it on the draw 1. A lot of things I could draw that answer this. We hit at least one of them. Cool. Fade, good. Great work, Fade. Incoming draft, buddy. Very cool. Clears the floor. Well done. I get the double root, which I will just take because I don't like that guy and I don't want to think about him anymore. And we're gonna chill, right? I want to draw cards, so to do it, I'm going to leave one primitive mold in, I think. I'm going to play the resin removal. because I might as well. And then I will Rail Spike out one. Well, that was kind of a bust, but fine. Sure. Okay. Fade drops in. It's good. Incoming other Train Steward. It's okay. I clear that out. Let's do our best. I can kill a guy maybe here. Maybe. How do I feel about these spikes? Do I need these for the final boss, maybe? Probably, actually. If I'm being real with you, I don't actually know fast enough to beat the boss of this combat without some spike action. I'd like to hit the Votivary at some point in this future of mine, though. It's a dumpster, this primitive mold. Nah, I might need it. I think I might need it. Ooh, it's tight. There's one more in here, though, right? There is. All right, send it. I want to draw more cards is the thing. That is the real challenge here, is I wish to draw more. That's a really bad set of draws, in fact. We do clear the floor incredibly, but it's dicey, all right? Now we... God, man, if he's dying, I can't reasonably... If he's dying, I can't drop the Hallow Drippings here, I don't think. I'm going to play one spike on the guy behind this upcoming Gilded Wings to kill him, and we're going to let this ride. Okay. Incoming Fade. It's good. We primitive mold back our friend, Mr. Train Steward Man. They all have burnout now. I'm going to gamble this, maybe? I don't actually know if I want to gamble this. We voted very middle 10 times out of 10, which does essentially just kind of clear the floor. I can draw cards. Draw 4 here. This Shade Wings in the back is a threat. A big threat. I think we got to kill him. I think that is a necessary play for this. When we sit on the rail spike up here. Sure. Okay. Fine. Okay. Votivary in. Good. Big heal in the back. Does just like straight end this floor. Incredible. Okay. Votivary middle clears out that. Alright. And then we get the rail spike out 3. Okay. We're looking much cleaner here. Yes. Cool. Great. I'd like to see if I can get damage shield on the front guy for Relentless, because this is the general, right? Doesn't really matter. But if I can do that, then I want to have a burnout here is the thing. If I commit the Hallow Drippings, it's kind of a whatever at that point. She's not going to burn out. It's not going to burn out anyway unless I stop playing Fade, though, is the thing. I guess he could eventually get killed, but it's pretty unlikely. I don't know how to feel about it. I can resin removal away this guy's rage, so I'm actually not afraid. We'll just commit those. I want to draw more cards here. This draws me the whole 10, which is worth it. Fade can play an attack. Does she not die by attacking? Oh, she doesn't do damage. That explains it. I was like, does she not die here? That just seems very odd, but it makes sense, actually. Oh, I could have killed her with that razor sharp. That is a bummer. It's okay. Play out the primitive molds here. I am going to double... I don't want to double lock down anything. We'll play it at least on something that will die anyway. It's fine. Sure. Easy. We get a hit. It's fine. I think we will be okay. Yes, we blast downstairs. I can remove 10 rage. I just have to draw around fast enough. And that will be okay. Okay. Alright, we're good. I just need to hit resin removal. Good. At 36 damage, I have very little fear from this. We're going to go ahead and play Fade upstairs. I will use the Razor Sharp to get the scaling in, which I think is super worth it for anyone keeping track. Votivary, I don't really need Votivary, but Votivary's not bad to have, is the thing. Is there a downside? Not really. Whatever. See, she replaces herself. I guess I was drawing 8 anyway, so kind of a whatever. But it's good. Fade drops in. Alright, good job. We did it. Woof. Spicy. But it's a win. Cool. Thank you, Resin Removal. Very cool. And I managed to do it without taking damage, which is great. Engulfed in Smoke is probably the best card I could draft from this position. It gives me something to keep me alive on Relentless, and I am spending not much of my Ember. We'll take it. Engulfed in Smoke, let's go. Happy to have it. Ensnare times 4? No, in fact, I do need to draw my Train Stewards. They need to be drawn. We go to the right, yes, good. I need the dupe. Give me a multi-strike, please, game. And if you don't, I'll be sad. Large Stone, for anyone keeping track. There it is, the beautiful, beautiful multi-strike. We now have an X4 Train Steward, which we will be duping here because, obviously, Votivary is not a tomb, right? I think that's true. Bummer. It probably would be strong if she was. I'm gonna take Root Split Mask, of course. I think that's necessary. And not necessary, but very strong. I'm gonna go ahead and dupe the really good Train Steward that hits 4 times. I'm gonna leave the other one in as an emergency, maybe, since I don't have a convenient removal here. I guess I'll see if I hit... I'll reroll this. I was going to say, I guess I'll see if I hit the Pyrestone housing, but I didn't. Yeah, X4 seems good. Great news. 115 is about as good as we're going to get. Intrinsic is interesting. Intrinsic on Awoken's Rail Spike. It's going to be harder for me to play all the cards on turn 1 anyway. I don't think so. You could go Spike. I actually think the Spikes are not very good on turn 1 because I have so many cards to play. Let's see if we find any cool stuff here. Refracting Lens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot of health. I am going to click Refracting Lens here. Hammered Chest Plates is actually tempting. That's true. Is it tempting enough, or should I remove a card? What do you cut here if we do that? I mean, if I cut anything, it's probably Bad Stew. Bad Steward is probably the cut. He's not terrible to have in the run, but I guess you could also cut the Root Seeds that cost 1, right? That's kind of an annoyance. The Train Steward could just die, and then eventually he becomes Primitive Mold cannon fodder. I think the removal is better here. The question is, what is it? And I think it's actually this Root Seeds. We draw fast, as is. It doesn't hurt to draw even faster, though, right? What if I just cut another Primitive Mold? How many of these do I really need? They're permafrosted. Fade has endless. Sure, you know what? We'll drop that. 30 cards seems reasonable. 115 out of 100. Refracting Lenses is going to heal a ton of health, which I think will matter. So we're chilling. I also think we have a really good rooted strategy thanks to these major ensnares and Root Split Mask. We might stand a really good chance here. Patient, let's go. I don't fear Patient because we kept him under 130, so there's no trample threat, which means our damage shield should actually be enabled. Cool, we have a Steward. Do I play the Steward? That's interesting questions. I can draw 1, 2, 3, 8 next turn. I have both stealth plays. I think it's Fade upstairs into resin removal. It's just the question of, do I give up and play Bad Steward up top? I might not. What if I play him downstairs? Does he ever kill this man? 1, 2, 3 hits? He doesn't kill him. He might bait him, though. That's true. He could kill him, actually. He does kill him, if I give him the root seeds. Sure, actually. I think that's great, because this could bait Patient down, which I'm super into. I want to hold the Engulfed in Smokes. We chill. Go downstairs, buddy. Ah, bummer. That's okay. Rough. This is what they say is a bad turn. Bad turn, bud. I'm going to Engulfed in Smoke downstairs, which keeps this Steward alive. Huh. I'm going to burn 2 Primitive Molds here. Do we ever Frostbite Patient? We're okay upstairs, if only because of the Rooted. I do need to hit something that actually kills them, though. We're gonna kill one of the guys downstairs. I mean, we kill them both, but I want to avoid the incant. I don't think the 1 sap is doing much for me here. I'm actually gonna kill one of these enemies upstairs. I think that's worth it. Sure. He goes downstairs. Alright, draw me Train Stewards, please. Thank you. Alright, good job. At least 1 Train Steward is doing huge work here. That's awesome. Bottom floor, this guy's actually cruising, right? Absolutely cruising. Okay, he'll go upstairs here. He might do the melee weakness bottom and then go middle or top. It's possible. I'd like to draw the other 6 cards here. So I think the angle is I need to play stuff. We're going to burn Restoration Detonation for just healing. I'm going to Spike of the Stygian. Mid-floor? Mid-floor. Bottom floor. Kill a man with it. Fine. I'm going to hold on to the other stuff here. Okay. See what he does. He does go top. That's okay. Alright, we're actually chilling. We're chilling because it's okay for me to not have Endless on Fade here. No. I think the angle is actually we stealth first. I'm trying to decide how to approach this, right? I'd like to Train Steward stealth and then play Fade out of stealth, but that gets rid of Endless on Fade, which is the worst possible thing for me to do here. True. That's an accurate statement. There's a few ways I can get around this. I could Fade middle, stealth up top with second stew, and then use Votavary to clear this, and that might actually be the play. So we're going to just sack Fade middle. Cool, she gets the Endless, it's good. Votavary airdrops in upstairs. Great. She takes the Ember Drain. We play other Steward here. Good. We stealth up top. Interesting challenges. I could Burnout Extend here, but then I can't stealth because Votavary dies. So what if I just let this ride, and then we bring back other Steward the next time I draw a... No, we never let this ride. Right? It's bad business to do that, I think. Especially since we're adding another Train Steward into the pool. I only have, I think, 2 reforms in the deck right now. Now, we go Drippings 1, Drippings 2, and then I think we just chill and hold the stealth here. Yes. And now we have the Floor of Destiny. You drop Fade in. It's cool because we click the stealth. Yes. We razor sharp kill Fade. Yeah. Alright, we're doing it. Then we can Awoken Rail Spike back out Fade. I don't hate it, but I don't play her is the thing when I do that. I'll play Votavary downstairs. That just seems like a smart choice. Do some work. I'll play out the Rail Spike here. Cool. We don't play Fade. I already used the votive key here. I will resin removal up top because it gets rid of a bunch of this nonsense. And we chill on our cards? Sure. Okay. Alright, fine. We do not have any of our stealth here. Okay. We might draw it, but we can always play it next turn. We drop in Fade. Great work. Go team. Cool. We're going to blow up mid-floor again. Seems good. Let's play Razor Sharp Edge. Let's not fear here. I'm going to, I guess, Primitive Mold back a buddy. Here you go, champ. You're doing great, buddy. Fair enough. There he goes. Our hero. I'm going to send the Rail Spike now. We do see the stealth, but I'm not playing it, and that's okay. Okay, fine. We clear the floor. Honestly, it could have been much worse. We cleared the floor. We're now going to click Engulfed in Smoke, play Fade. That's a pretty good setup. We're going to bomb middle. You might as well. Anything I ensnare on bottom floor is dead because it's rooted too, so we're just going to get rid of Mr. Spikes. Draw around. I'll play the Primitive Mold. We're in control here, so I don't have to do anything too fancy. I really just would like to draw fast into additional stealth, right? That's 100% it. Fade. Bomb on middle. Play a ton of cards. Play every single card so I can draw pretty much everything here. Yes. Draw everything. Good. Play stealth upstairs. Alright, every single stealth we hit upstairs is huge work. Resin removal out. I've preserved 3 damage shield here. I mean, I think it is still correct for me to just airdrop in all this nonsense here and deal with the rallies so that I don't have them in my hand. Because I would sure like to draw the last stealth here. Cool, we have it. Good, great. Patient stood, no chance. Oof, alright, patient down. Good job. That's enough stealth to buy us time, and then he's just dead. It's enough damage. Good job. Thank you, Fade. Alright, we got up to 90 health there, which is a pretty nice swing. We're going to look at doing something similar on the Divinity. Articulating those turns is going to be non-obvious, but I think we have the right idea here. Also, turn 1 Steward is just really good, as it turns out. Turn 1 Steward is very, very friendly, is the way I will describe it. The order here is okay. I intentionally did this way because I did not want to play stealth onto Fade. I could have maybe dealt with it somehow, but it's fine. I guess I'm going to hold on to the Restoration Detonation. I could burn it. It's 20 heal. 30 heal. It doesn't matter. I'll draw cards, see what we hit. Sure, whatever. I'm drawing 8. Let's just play the Primitive Mold out and move. It's fine. We're going to be okay. I don't have any high rolls here. We have a really good set of starting relics that is very much a W, but we just need to chill, I think. Buff these guys in the back. We're going to go ahead and Votavary downstairs because she at least kills a guy, which is great. Next turn, we're going to double. We're going to basically hit everything here, right? Hallow Drippings, double time. I'm going to get rid of those so I can draw cards. Great news. I'm just going to hit double engulfed in smokes here. Very cool. Oh my gosh, I get a Vine Grasp? What the heck? Double engulfed in smoke. I want to redraw these. Hit fade. There she goes. Great work. Mid-floor, I'm not going to do much with Votavary from this angle. I do think Devour downstairs kills a man, so that's kind of cool. Kills 2 men. Honestly, optimal. I'm going to spread out some of these enemies, though. I don't like them. True. What do I hit with this Vine Grasp? I don't want to mess around. Sure. Hold on to the spike here. I guess I could play it. It doesn't hurt. Yeah, sure. Why not? We'll get rid of it. It's fine. I want to draw more cards. The more I draw, the more likely I am to run into my stealth again, which is pretty important, I find. Fade must be first every time. I'm going to get rid of the spikes and everything upstairs. It's very good to do. We hit the double razor sharps up top, which is big. I'm going to devour middle. It's kind of like a flat swing, but it's okay. 5, great. I could draw 4 here. I will draw 4 here. This is really good for a few reasons. The main goodness is that it's guaranteed to hit Mr. Big ensnare target. Let's get the mini-boss on lock here. I'll play the other train steward. Sure, I think he swings, right? Yeah, he does 20 damage. Good job, Cheem. Cheem? Good job, team? I was like fused the word chump and team together, and that's what we came up with. Anyway, let's play stealth upstairs. Yes. Incoming little fade. Good. Votavary goes middle. Keeps that man alive. Actually an important swing. I have a lot of Spike of the Stygian action here, which I can just kind of drop in whenever I feel like it. Cool. I'm going to click that. I'm going to burn the primitive mold that's free, and we chill. I am able to draw all my cards here. Very good. Our goal is to lock down the mini-boss into the ether. Right? That is the action that we're working on here. I bomb middle. Very good. We buff upstairs. Very good. The resin removal here is certainly downstairs. And then I'm just going to play out the primitive mold. I want to draw as many cards as possible. And we're okay. Alright, I think the other thing that's holding us down here is this awesome root split mask. That's very cool. Now this mini-boss is walking on me. And there is nothing I can do about that. I don't want the 2 mini-bosses overlapping. Let's see how many cards we actually draw here first. I do think that's a relevant piece of information. We're drawing 7, 8 cards here. Pretty likely we hit the other ensnare. We're also guaranteed to hit it with the root split mask. I don't really want these guys lining up, but this is also a very terrifying floor that I am going to play Votavary into. Kills a guy. I think we actually do hit the mini-boss here. And then we play the primitive mold out. We're just going to get him shot downstairs. Because I don't want to draw. He actually attacks. That's impressive. This is a little dicey. That turn could go real poorly for me coming up. But alright, we hit the double ensnare. This is really important for a few reasons. The first reason of which is I can, whichever one of these I do not wish to fight, I do not fight. Well, that's actually not true. That's actually an incorrect statement that I will take back, but that's okay. There's a possibility I fight him, is what I really should say. This bottom floor is my relentless floor, is the thing. Now, top floor, we've cleared it. Excellent work. Looking good. I can clear a mini-boss, no problem. The question is, which one? I'm going to lock down Slate here because he has more health. And honestly, that's just the only factor that really matters to me. We airdrop in Votavary here. I will play other Steward. He dies. It doesn't matter. We've at least cleared top floor, which was the big threat. We have the Awoken's Root Split Mask as well, which helps. Okay, so we are fighting Slate in Relentless, and that's just going to be the world we live in. And that's okay. It could have been worse, is the way I would describe this. Sadly, we do not have double extinguish, so Votavary is not clearing the absolvers on bottom, so we're also taking a truckload of curses. Which is itself a bummer, but I think we have enough stealth that we still win. Maybe? Looking good. We also drew stealth, so there's that as well. Cool. Alright, well, we got it. Oh, actually, he was still rooted. Never mind. We don't have to fight him. Haha, get got, loser. It's actually super free, as it turns out. Cool. Him walking up, I didn't look at the numbers, I guess. Easy win. Also, the Divinity only had like 700 health, so I'm just crazy. Never mind. We're good. Alright, Brains over Brawn. Done. This is pretty much... I don't want to say optimal. We hit some really good relics, but we also missed a lot of the really, really good stuff. And one of the things that's easy to underestimate, like I said at the beginning, some of those card tweaks that they give you, the mutators that they think are positive, they're not positive, right? I think Magic Hand is pretty much universally a negative. In general, especially at a high shards, because you have curses, this prevents you from overdrawing or drawing your full hand very regularly. It is nice kind of having permafrost on everything, but in practice, I think it is more of a detriment. I also think 2-for-1 is just not good. I usually never want 2 of something. Think of how many units or things I drafted and then had to remove the second copy of. Happened a lot, in fact. It's a big negative in this run. We were hard carried by Firelight plus Votive Key. Honestly, it's that simple. Advanced Prototype gave us a very straightforward line. We didn't even see a multi-strike until the very end, which did clean up the Train Steward floor a lot, I think. But that would have been pretty dicey otherwise. There was an Animus of Will somewhere in there. I think we could have very easily made a solid floor out of that too. But because we started with the Advanced Prototype, you really don't need to reinvent the wheel, right? It is good enough to win. So we take these. The refracting lenses was nice. I didn't need that healing, as it turns out. Nothing actually walked on me, but I was a little worried, right? There's a lot of ways that could have gone where maybe, a mini-boss walks up with like 300 health or something, and in those cases, you want a lot more than 30 whatever health that I had. So this was just me hedging my bets, pretty much. Double Ember is a pretty rare angle, but this is also another rare run where we have 4 copies of X cost cards, so I'm really just fine bringing those along and pumping numbers into them. By the end, we weren't actually using all the Ember, but we were still overdrawing, so taking draw here would not have helped, because thank you, Magic Hand. So it is what it is. Curse Vines usually ended up being dead too. I think there was only a few turns this ever mattered, and then once we got Lost Luggage, it didn't even matter on the first turn, so kind of dicey, but a lot of things getting punished here, or early decisions that became challenges later. Huge factor. Votive Key, just huge work here. I mean, this is the big play, right? I saw that and I said, yes, Votive Key, Firelight, let's go. The rest of this is just hit enough times and hope for the best, and we got there, so I'll take it. There's really not much else to add here. I think you want to play Fade for this. There are maybe some other champions that can get away with this. Titan Channel kind of makes short work of it too, because he comes in with Ethereal, which means he's immune to the effects that get applied to him. So you could always do this with Titan Channel. The thing is that Soul Guard has his other downsides, right? Not being able to heal Cold Channel is kind of a big nerf, in my opinion. You can't really help him. And what are you going to do? Take Dire Channel? Of course not. So, I mean, I guess you could re-roll and just hit the Titan channel, but I don't know. The whole point of this is I'm trying not to re-roll. I'm trying to give you the most secure lines if you just play it one-off. You certainly could re-roll and create a better opener. Honestly, and no shame intended because I did this myself. When I first started this game and I figured out what an expert challenge was, that's what I did. I re-rolled every single expert challenge, so I started with spell weakness plus inferno. And that was how I solved expert challenges. It was stupid. And that was also bad at the game at the time. So, I couldn't win normally. But I really wanted the logbook progression. Nowadays, I don't have that problem. I can actually play the run normally and win. But it goes to show where we all start, I suppose. But anyway, excellent work. We're making good progress on these. I will let y'all go there. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.